Okay, so let's get right into it. Have you ever asked an AI to do something, and what you get back is just completely off? Yep, we've all been there. Well, it turns out there's a real art to talking to AI, and we're going to break down the playbook for you. It's called prompt engineering.
And I mean, this slide says it all, right? Look at the difference. On the left, you've got a super vague prompt right about a robot. You're going to get something pretty generic, pretty boring. But then look at the right. You add all this detail, a specific audience, a tone, a goal, and suddenly you've got this amazing, creative story about a robot and a glowing kitten. The quality you get out is 100% tied to the quality you put in. It's literally the difference between a stick figure and a masterpiece.
So what even is a prompt? At its heart, it's just the instruction you give the AI. It's the starting pistol for the whole interaction. It can be a simple question, a straight-up command, or even a really complex set of directions. Honestly, you should think of it as the specific language we need to learn to get these incredibly powerful models to work with us.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we go from that vague robot prompt to something that gives us amazing results? This is where we get into the nitty-gritty. If you want better, more useful, more creative outputs from an AI, there are really two key ingredients you've got to master.
And that's the big question, isn't it? What's the secret sauce? What are those ingredients that can turn a fuzzy request into a crystal clear, powerful instruction?
And here they are. It really just boils down to these two things. Seriously, it's that simple. First, you've got to nail the format, and second, you need to give the AI context and, this is a big one, examples. Let's break down exactly what that means.
All right, let's talk about that first ingredient, format. How you actually structure your request matters a lot. You could just ask a normal question, like you're talking to a person. Or you could give a really direct command, like provide a concise summary of this article's main point. And for more complicated stuff, you can even use structured inputs, almost like you're filling out a form for the AI to follow.
So here's the really crucial takeaway on that. Not all AIs are built the same. Some are going to be great with those casual questions, while others really need clear, direct commands to shine. Part of the skill is getting a feel for the model you're using. It's kind of like learning the communication style of a new teammate, right? You got to figure out how they tick. Now for that second ingredient, context. And wow, this quote on the screen just hits the nail on the head. Simply adding a few words about the tone or theme you want can totally change the game. Asking for a professional summary versus a playful one gives the AI these vital guardrails. It points it in exactly the right direction.
And this is the why behind it all. When you give an AI context, you're doing more than just giving it an instruction. You're letting it in on your intent. You're helping it understand the actual goal of what you're trying to do. And examples? Oh man, examples are like a cheat code. They give the AI a perfect template to copy, which boosts accuracy like you wouldn't believe.
Okay, so once you get the hang of format and context, you can really start to level up your game. So let's check out a couple of more advanced techniques that can truly unlock an AI's full potential.
The two big ideas here are all about a shift in how you think. First, you have to be willing to fine-tune and adapt your prompts as you go. And second, you've got to stop thinking of it as a one-shot command and start treating it like a real conversation.
So what does that adapting actually look like? Well, if the AI's first response isn't quite what you wanted, don't just scrap it and start over. Tweak your prompt based on what it gave you. You can literally tell it, hey, that was pretty good, but can you make it more concise? Or let's try that again, but from a skeptical point of view. It's this back and forth process of giving feedback that gets you to that perfect result.
And that leads us perfectly into this idea of a real conversation. The best interactions with AI are not one and done. They're a dialogue. You give it a prompt, it responds, and then you build on that response. The AI remembers what you've talked about, which lets you explore and refine ideas together in a way that feels so much more natural and, well, powerful.
All right, let's bring it all home and boil this down to the absolute essentials. Because learning how to prompt an AI isn't just some neat little trick. It's honestly becoming a fundamental skill. It's like a new superpower for this digital world we're all living in.
So here are the core principles you got to remember. Number one, the quality of the AI's answer is a direct reflection of the quality of your prompt. Garbage in, garbage out. Number two, structure and format are your best friends. Always think about how you're asking. 3, always try to add context and examples to steer the AI. And most importantly, remember that this is a skill. Nobody's a master overnight. The more you do it, the better you'll get.
And that really leaves us with one final big idea to think about.
As these AI tools get woven into everything we do, at work and at home, is learning to talk to them effectively going to be just as crucial as, say, learning how to write a clear email or give a good presentation? It's a pretty wild question to think about, isn't it?